I am about 2 hours outside of Minneapolis, Minnesota today at this gorgeous custom-built A-frame cabin dubbed the Hill House.
Hill House.
The weather hasn't been so good during my stay, a lot of snow, mud, and rain on and off, but it has given me an excuse to spend even more time inside of the gorgeous interior at this cabin. I'm a huge fan of the great room with its swinging chair, the fireplace, and this entire wall of windows. This cabin has one of the most unique layouts for its windows on an A-frame that I've seen in quite some time. So really pumped for you all to tour this A-frame with me. Let's now go and check out the Hill House. Welcome to Hill House. We're going to pronounce it correctly this time. We are located near Crosby, Minnesota today. And this is the side of the cabin you're going to see when you first pull up in your car. It's also where the main front door is located. We're going to switch to the opposite end of the cabin, and this is definitely my favorite part of the exterior by far. Just look at all of those gorgeous windows. I love the design and just all the shapes that make up this window wall. Everything from the squares to the rectangles, the triangles, the sliding glass door, all make for a really breathtaking part of the exterior. Now, I'll briefly mention on the other side of the yard, you do have a nice fire pit set up and this mini A-frame with firewood in it. So I didn't get a chance to use this at all because of the weather, but it is a nice amenity to have. So that's it for everything for the snowy exterior. Let's now go and begin to head inside. When you first walk in, there's this long hallway and a door on the right. We're going to slide back that door and walk into the master bedroom. There are 2 bedrooms total here at this cabin. This one has a queen size mattress in it. Overall, I'd probably describe the design as a bit of a boho style. I love the pillows though on top, and there's a little table next to your bed with a lamp, a plant, and some nice reading material that you can use during your stay. Now back towards the entrance of the room, you have a nice decoration hanging on that wall and a mirror in the corner. Overall, I found this bedroom to be pretty spacious. There's even a work from home setup in that opposite corner and a closet here, which is great because A-frames notoriously don't have a lot of storage space. Now, directly across the hall from the master bedroom, we're going to enter into your bathroom. You have a lovely double sink setup, including those 2 rounded mirrors and a bunch of drawers so you can easily store all of your toiletries here in the bathroom. Opposite of that is your toilet and shower, and there are 3 different types of tiling in this area, so it looks really beautiful. Let's now head in to the main room. Now in the main room, first up on the right hand side, this is my favorite space in the entire cabin, and that is your living room. More on that later though. We'll take the camera now and pan to the left. You have your window wall, your dining table, and your kitchen. I loved all of the light colors throughout, and especially that green paint job in the kitchen. More on that soon. And this shot just demonstrates how tall this A-frame is, peering up into the 2nd floor. For some specifics, we'll start first in the kitchen. You have your kitchen island surrounded by 4 leather stools. Further in, you then have a beautiful but simple backsplash made from some white subway tile, along with those really eye-catching green cabinets. In this corner, you also have some kitchen essentials, and I think that all of the branding is really on point. Right beneath that shelf, you can find your dishwasher. Then on the other end of the kitchen are your remaining appliances, like your fridge and freezer, stovetop, and microwave. Last but not least, in the kitchen, if we go back to the kitchen island and I sit down, you have a nice collection of goodies waiting for you on the counter, which includes some hot chocolate. Mint was my go-to flavor. Next to the kitchen, you can find a small dining table and 4 placemats and chairs ready to go for all guests. But you can now see the living room in the background, so let's head on over there. Into the incredible living room we go. When I wasn't shooting or sleeping, this is the area you could find me in. First up, you have a comfortable couch with a bunch of extra pillows and blankets, but I think by far the coolest and most unique amenity in this room can be found in that corner, and that is the swinging chair. I've definitely seen these before, but outdoors. I've never seen one suspended inside of a cabin before. I think this is a very neat idea and the perfect spot to curl up with a book. This entire area is just super cozy. You have some very appropriate reading material that you can use with your swinging chair. In addition to a gas-powered fireplace, there's actually a remote you can take, and if you hit a button, it changes the color of the fireplace, which I had a lot of fun doing. In this corner, you have even more blankets, which I definitely needed for the weather, and it kind of goes without saying, I think, at this point for Airbnbs, but yes, this is a smart TV. We'll now venture over to this table near the stairs. You have a nice record player and then some local Crosby, Minnesota decorations. But the key item on this table is your guidebook. I've seen a lot of guidebooks at this point, but not only is this one of the most detailed guidebooks I've ever seen, but it's also one of the best looking in terms of graphic design. So shout out to the hosts. You guys did a great job with this. Before we leave the main room, I have to point out my favorite window wall. Now just from inside of the cabin, would you look at this beauty? But that's it for everything on the first floor. Don't go anywhere because we have an entire second floor to explore. So let's go up there now. As I always love doing for A-frame tours, here is a bird's eye view looking back into the first floor, and this is one of my favorite clips from the entire shoot. I can only imagine how long it took to put up all of the wood paneling throughout the ceiling, but this room really is absolutely massive. You have to see it in person. Onto the second floor, you have a very simple sitting area here. There are some outlets nearby, so you can get some work done in this space if you'd like. Let's now walk on through this door to come into the loft bedroom. And welcome now to the second bedroom at Hill House, the beautiful loft bedroom. You have another unique layout here in terms of your windows, and basically a gigantic A is your back wall there. I mean, I think this room is about as A-frame as it gets in terms of A-frame design. For the bedding and its color scheme, it really matches with the rest of the colors we've seen throughout the cabin, and there's certainly no shortage of natural light in this loft. Finally, if we pan now more to the left, further down, you have a simple work from home setup here with a chair, desk, and rounded mirror, so I was able to get some emails done towards the end of the day after wrapping up the shoot. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you soon for another Airbnb tour.